right, we are back. I'm here with Brown Messiah.
What up?
I just realized this is the first time we've actually been able to commentate.
Yeah.
On these matches, so we're finally to the final.
We are.
The winner gets to win one of these sweet playmats.
Yeah. Have you guys been checking them out? Like, they're way sweet. I love them.
I'm super excited. They're actually waiting for us.
Oh,
so,
okay.
let's just give them the okay to go.
Yeah.
With that, so.
Alrighty, so we've got Dave Dixon and Uriel
playing. Yuri had an awesome comeback. He was out on the defensive, and
was
he
he?
managed to pull out the win. We've had Dave on stream already before. So
Yeah,
you guys got a sweet interview with him.
We did earlier.
Both of these guys have pretty good teams going in.
Yeah, I did get a chance. I haven't actually had a chance to take a look at Yuri's there.
Yeah, Yuri's team is...
But it looks like, let's see, he's got Hal Jordan. He's running Superhero Registration Act. Yeah, here we go. So he's got Giganta.
Yeah. He's got some big creatures, and he gets.
He's looking for some beats there. It looks like he wants to beat some people down.
Dave just bought Black Widow, and she's the one that can block multiple characters.
Actually, she is the one
that has zero. It can block multiple zero fielding.
Is that one? I thought it was a different one.
It's Triple Agent, the common.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Yuri goes in and buys and chalkboards his Hal Jordan, so they're getting their early 2 cost blockers in.
Right, yeah. It looks like Dave's just went ahead and just saved those for PXG, so he can have a big roll next turn.
Yeah, which I think this helps Yuri because he has all those big guys, so he's looking to abuse that PXG.
Exactly. Also, just the fact that he's going to be able to most likely roll those characters in the next turn is just going to be really, really helpful for him.
So Dave, in terms of ramp right now, only has a question mark. Will he re-roll those?
Let's see. He does also. There is also the Star Labs Global. He can keep in reserve as well to take a look for.
Oh, there we go. Now he has 2 question marks, a mask, a fist, and a shield.
So he can
which is always good for that chalkboard global.
Yeah, I was gonna say he can chalkboard in his next die, if he so chooses. He's gonna field those sidekicks. And what else can we hear? What
is he going to buy for 4 on his team?
He does have that Human Torch.
He goes for Speedy.
He's going to go Speedy. Yeah, that's what he went in for his first pick when we was on earlier.
And that Speedy deals 1 damage for every character.
Every character blocking, yeah. Or 2 every character that's blocked.
Yeah. All right, so Hal Jordan's going to be making an appearance shortly. He's on his 3/2 face.
He's going to play Registration Act, and looks like Dave's going to KO a character, so Yuri only draws 2.
Ooh, he gets a sidekick.
And a sidekick
and a fist. This is tough because Yuri's a little short on energy, but he knows he needs to save something for PXG. If he's going to do that. He only has one. He'll only have 1 sidekick die in the
otherwise. Let's see here. He also can take advantage of the Star Labs Global should he choose not to buy anything.
Spends the 2 question marks.
He's gonna chalkboard it.
To do
another Hal. Looks like he's just gonna that Hal rush.
That Hal Jordan, man, I love it. I love it.
Well, we all know why you love it.
It's a good card.
It's a good card, and KT loves the Green Lantern, guys. Yeah, I really, really like that Hal Jordan. He's gonna be really, really awesome for a lot of rush ring teams because he's got the double energies on them, but also just. Because you can chalkboard that guy in for 2. And
Speedy is on her 4 or is that 5?
I believe that's her 4.
4 one side?
Yeah. So 4 one side. Yeah, that is a 4 one side. She's got a 2 fielding cost on a level 3 side.
Yep. Black Widow also make an appearance.
Black Widow's going to join the party here.
Fields that and those 2 characters and a sidekick. Still has 4 energy left. I'm asking question marks.
Yeah,
so we're talking about with Dr. J about how new players tend to not save the right energy for their turn. Where you can see Dave, who has experience playing this game, is saving the 2 energy types that are very useful.
Right. Yeah, he's going to be usually using those last ones.
Oh, and did he just buy
Imprisoned, I believe? Ooh. Yeah. He was using that earlier today, and he's made
very successful.
Very, very useful for him. And Yuri's just going to... See here, he just drew the other Hal Jordan there. Or no, that was the chalkboard.
Yep, the chalkboard one. He'll be on the field. Oh,
And-
Yuri
ooh.
re-rolls him to the level
Re-rolled
2.
him to
That's kind of gutsy.
5-5. That was pretty gutsy there.
I always have to say, when somebody re-rolls a character that's already on a character face,
I
to get a
never
higher
do.
one, that's-
I never do. I've always gotten to that mindset of just like I'm not going to roll it again. So.
Yep, Yuri just bought the Constantine. The problem right now with Yuri's team is he can't afford to buy his bigger characters right now.
Yeah,
He's
he
been
needs-
spending all his energy every turn.
Yeah.
Ooh, and there's that imprisoned.
Well, looks like the one Hal Jordan. Actually, no.
So he could lose 2
He could
sidekicks and a Hal
lose-
Jordan.
Yeah, he'll lose the one Hal Jordan, but he'll keep the other one at least.
He bought another Black Widow,
Widow.
and he's he's imprisoning the 2 sidekicks and the.
Put him over there. Yeah, he's
Yep.
gonna keep that Hal Jordan in
Now,
there.
now Yuri's field superiority is not a good, not a
Right.
good sign.
Not in a
Dave's
good spot.
probably not going to attack because imprison fizzles when.
Right, it's just gonna. They're just gonna come back out. So if anything, he's just gonna leave the board as it is.
Yeah, and
Wait until he can build up another wall.
especially those speedies. They have pretty beefy attack stats.
Right. It's what I actually really like. It's what I actually really like the one that has fast because of that. She's got really really high attack.
Ooh, the Constantine's out. Dave KO's a sidekick.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna draw 2 dice.
Yuri draw another a shield and a mask and a question mark.
And I believe that's his.
I can't tell on
He's
these
got
Const-
one.
It might be a 1 fielding for Constantine.
Yeah, those dice are a little hard to see.
Yep.
But yeah, it looks like
Yep,
he does.
Yep. So he's fielding Constantine.
Constantine. And I believe that's the action one that allowed that.
No, this one is actually the character one.
This is the character
We
one.
actually checked, and he's playing the character one, which makes sense for his team.
Right.
But he's having that problem. He can't buy anything.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he just bought another Hal Jordan. It's really all he's been able
Just
to do.
gonna have to be.
He hasn't been PXGing a lot, and
That's like the first time.
Yeah.
It's the first time he's actually been able to save energy for PXG right now.
Yep, we are about 23 minutes in, still 2020. Field advantage is going to Dave right now, but as Dr. J and I saw last round, Yuri can make pretty good comebacks. So
Yeah,
it's still anybody's game at this point.
Definitely. Let's see here.
Ooh,
Not
Black
gonna
Widow
hit that.
not rolling. She's refusing.
She's a cold mistress at times.
He's deciding what to do with the shields.
What is he gonna
The
do?
nice and shields are just so useful these
Right.
days.
Shields, Shields got way stronger. I feel like in this new set, especially with the chalkboard and then
And then the Felicity.
the Felicity. Now you can like abuse transfer power. So it looks like he prepped over that Martian Manhunter.
He just which is interesting because he's using the OP Trinity War Martian
Mhm.
Manhunter.
Yeah, as far as I know, there aren't very many shield or fist characters. The only big one that I can remember there is he's got Blam. Okay, so that's actually going to be really helpful against Blam. He's not going to be taking any damage from fist characters or
Isn't Blam a
Garrote.
mask?
no,
character?
Blam's a fist
fist.
character. Well, now he's got some energy, so maybe you'll be able to do something here.
He has 2 masks, 2 fists, and a shield and a sidekick. So he
Mhm.
fields a sidekick. He's saving
Let's
the
see.
masks from the looks of it for PXG.
For PX.
Maybe. He's decided.
So what does he want to? What can he get there? The Giganta is a possible option. Is that unless she's a 6-cost one, right?
Yeah,
she's a
this
6 cost.
is the
Okay,
one
so
that has
maybe not.
Overcrush.
Yeah. So that's the rare with the 6 cost. So just a little out of reach right there.
This is when you're like, man, I wish I had a blue eyes on the field.
Right. You're just like, oh, where's my blue eyes at this point?
Even though he couldn't trigger it.
one, right. One option Yuri
He buys
also
a Superhero Registration Act.
Act. One option that Yuri does also possibly have, if he's able to get all of his Hal Jordans, is he could just go ahead and straight up buy a Villainous Pact.
Yeah.
As far as Dave's team goes, it doesn't look like he has very many villains for where that wouldn't be affected. So that may be a possibility for Yuri.
Yep. Dave is rolling a lot of dice this turn because he PXG 3 times for 5 die.
5 die there.
Oh, that Martian Manhunter's on the field.
That Black Widow sure just doesn't want to party, though.
It's because she doesn't see how that's a party.
Yeah. There she goes. There we go.
Enough energy to field.
Mhm.
Nope, he's going to field them. Of course, saving a question mark and
Question
a
mark
shield
and
or a mask.
Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure that is the other Black Widow because he just did KO that other sidekick.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's going to get another Registration Act and Hal.
Yeah, he's just building up that wall because if once he attacks, Yuri's characters come back, and it may not be enough, but it may be enough blockers for Uri to set a comeback.
Right.
Hal Jordan didn't roll.
Ooh.
Come on, Hal. Yuri's re-rolling the sidekick and Hal. Hal Jordan still doesn't roll, and the sidekick came back.
There.
So he fields the sidekick.
Down. Let's see here.
He still has a superhero registration
Act there.
Dave KOs the sidekick. Another
Just gonna
superhero
roll.
registration act.
Yep, another Registration Act.
And another sidekick.
So let's see here. Looks like he might be able to actually buy one of his big characters now. Let's see here. He's got 2, 4, 6 energy. He's still got a Registration Act here to use.
I think he's trying to decide if
he
it's
wants-
worth to cycle the character that he
Right.
bought back through.
That's what I was wondering about as well. That's what I do love about the Registration Act as far as ramp goes, is because if you do buy something and it goes into your use pile and you don't have anything else to draw, you
I
can
always love
straight
it
up rep.
with the fact that with Chalkboard and the Superhero Registration Act, you have kind of the bookends of being able to control when it comes in and out of the bag.
Yeah, how effective your bag can be. It's going to be really, really good to see that in competitive when that time comes around here. Looks like they're still sitting on.
And if we're lucky, we'll get a WKO. And we'll be here
That's what we're
commentating.
hoping. We'll be here. We'll be watching.
I might just retire from the game and commentate.
And just commentate all
because I
day.
can't roll anyway, so it's fine.
I'm never going to roll characters anyways, so may as well.
I'll just watch other people roll characters and say stuff about it.
I'll say cool things about them.
All right, he's gonna run the Registration Act to draw. Apparently, he bought a Giganta, and that was the only thing in his bag.
So, let's see here. I was able to get it.
Did he roll it?
Yeah, I think he rolled it.
He rolled it. We must have
missed it.
Yeah. Dave PXG's again for 4.
Let's see here. Well,
this is a tough battle, man. Especially with no taunt global to get imprisoned back.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, well, there's no way to get them out of there. Let's see. The Giganta, she spins up to give herself overcrush, right? So she's on her
6/6 side, and he doesn't have any energy to spin her down. No. That's the one thing I love about that Giganta card is it gives you the tool that you need.
Exactly. Yeah. So hopefully on his next turn he'll be able to get that rolling, unless Dave is somehow able to.
Oop. Yep. A little bit of dice action. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Wow, Dave has all sidekicks, so he has no
there you
characters.
go. Wow.
This is going to be interesting on what he decides to buy because he got a bunch of masks, a bunch of question marks.
I think maybe the best
fist and
option
shield.
here looks like he's probably just going to go for another imprisoned.
Yeah, because that's going to get rid of the Giganta and the sidekicks.
Everything but the Hal.
I'd leave the Constantine there.
Yeah.
He's not doing much.
So let's see what he decides to do here.
This is always the turning point in matches because they're pretty much heel to heel right now, and the question is who's going to be the person to do something that's going to change the tides from the stalemate.
What action is that? That red one.
That is either escape incarceration. I believe that's
escape incarceration.
Or is it superhero? But I think Yuri bought all 3 superheroes.
Yeah, I believe he did as well.
Oh, so let's see what Yuri does. Does he let the one through?
Does he?
He's
going to block him.
He's jump blocking. So that means his characters are still imprisoned.
Yeah, he guess at that point it's only 2 damage. You may as well want to take it, get those out, get those characters back there. But must have his reasons there.
Let's see.
There's Hal.
Another Hal Jordan. Rerolls a sidekick. Gets
a sidekick.
Wow.
I'm always surprised about how often that happens.
He's not having any luck with his rerolls because that's at least the. Ooh, he didn't even
he's not
field
even
side.
Field it.
Ooh.
What did he?
And he bought a imprisoned, I believe.
Imprisoned. Well, that's going to clear out Dave's field for sure. He still have that he still has got that Martian Manhunter.
That might be the tougher. So, I don't know how Yuri's going to have to be careful on what he does if he does manage to imprison Dave's team because his Black Lantern Anti-Monitor automatically does 2 damages and then that's back.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful about how
his other characters rely on Overcrush. So he's adding more blockers back after that turn.
And this is one of the problems that I always kind of run into with when I'm playing just Overcrush teams is that sometimes, yeah, Overcrush is great, but it's not always going to get you there because of whether you just don't have enough. They have too many blockers. They're high defense, which is why my own personal play style, I lend myself to playing direct damage. But Overcrush is definitely a great way and a great tool to use there.
Yep. Dr. J's kind of watching from behind the scenes so he doesn't disturb the players. What would you do in this situation, Dr. J?
In this situation?
Yeah, what do you got for us?
So you're kind of at even with your opponent. You need to do something to change the tides. What would you do?
He's going to imprison.
Oh, he imprisoned the Sidekick, the Giganta, and the Constantine. Well, do that, apparently.
Yeah, use the imprisoned.
You don't. I don't know. Dave's in a tough spot because if he just sits back and tries to do like ping damage or something with like Human Torch.
Well, he can't because he has him imprisoned. So
Yeah, he's got
Peter's
imprisoned,
Field's
so-
coming back.
Never mind then.
Yeah, so they're both just at like
My
this.
Batgirl.
Try and clear out the field,
so he
yeah.
can punch in with the rest.
Yeah, because Dave is at a disadvantage right now. Where sure he has the wall, but most of their attack stats are 1.
Mm-hmm. Almost.
We're halfway through the game, and it's still 2020.
Still 2020 here. Yuri just now needs to try and get into this blam
He
or
has 6
something
energy.
here.
His 6 energy. I know he's thinking about it.
About any of his big characters.
It looks like he's going.
He's
for
doing
right
it,
now.
and he chalkboards it.
The blam. Yep. I think that's what he needs to do. He needs to get. He may break the imprison there on his own, but I think it's just going to be about timing here. He's just going to have to time either not draw his. Well, I say not draw it, but
because he's having semi-effective ramp with the Superhero Registration Act, but Dave seems to be
he's getting a little
much more efficiently being
better
able to
end of the
control it.
stick
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Another Martian Manhunter. Good thing.
With a 2 fielding cost, I believe, so he wouldn't be affected by the imprisoned. Can't quite tell there. He's got plenty of energy here, so I might think about going into his own or into his Batgirl.
Yeah, or I can't remember what his Gambit does.
It's card sharp, right? It's the
Yeah.
rare from.
So he's still deciding. He has Martian Manhunter with a 2 fielding cost, we believe, and a Sidekick.
So that Gambit, he's a 5-cost mask. It says when fielded, you may draw and roll 1 die. If you roll a character side, that character deals damage equal to its attack to your opponent and goes for your use pile.
Oh, so he probably doesn't want to do that either because he's going
Nuh-uh.
to free up Yuri's field.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at his stat sheets,
It almost seems like
he's bought a lot of his low cost characters now,
Mhm.
so he's got to do something.
It almost seems like he should. To me, it seems like he should be attacking with his Black Widows because they have when fielded abilities, and sure they may get KO'd, but you want to keep triggering that when fielded ability.
But is it worth it freeing the imprisoned?
I mean, at this point, he's going to free up the imprisoned either way. Well, I would do it only because it allows me to start clearing out their characters.
He just bought another Speedy.
And he preps it.
Yep. He has 4 of those, and I believe he's bought 2 of them, so he still has 2 left on the
2 more to
card.
go on it.
Of course, there's 2 question marks for PXG or any other things.
Prison with as much power as he can.
Yeah, I think so. Dr. J over there saying breaking the imprisoned with as much power.
Yep. Ooh, that
And he
blam's
gets the
coming out.
blam.
He's got to just be aggro with it.
Mhm. See, here he goes.
And
with
he
his, and he rolls the imprisoned.
So that's going to.
So that's a potential of 12 damage there, and it's going to clear out most of Dave's field, if not all, everything but the one Martian Man.
Yeah.
I can't quite tell if that other one is level 2. Or not,
He'll
but-
be able to take. He's taking out Speedy, taking out Martian Manhunter. That's 2, and then the Sidekick for captured. So we have 2 Black Widows left and a Martian Manhunter.
Mhm.
Spent 2 to buy a Felicity Smoke.
Mhm.
I'm thinking he wants to spin that.
Yeah,
Black
he wants to
Lantern up.
spin it up and get it all the way up to the top, so that way you can get max damage out of it. And with only 11 minutes left in the game, it's probably going to be the best option for him. Dave's coming in with a big roll here next, though. He's going to take 1 damage. It looks like he's only able to draw 3 dice there.
That's always the. I almost had an opponent lose to me because they couldn't draw enough dice.
Yeah.
And all I had to do was hold out.
That happened to the KO King once. he was drawing too many dice, and he killed himself that way.
He also killed himself with the Black Widow from Amazing Spider-Man, the rare that regenerates.
Maybe that's the time I'm thinking of.
Wow, Dave's got a lot, man.
Yeah, he's got a lot there. He's just
kind of. If I was Uriel, I'd be like, why didn't I? Could have been one more turn that I could have gotten, because that's a big part of his field. And if Dave's already taken damage from not being able to draw.
Did Dave take damage?
So.
What was that? From that last turn?
Looks like we're double checking on that life total there.
I don't know if he only drew 3.
I don't know if that. It looked like he drew. It looked like he drew 3.
So Dave's just walling up, put up 4 sidekicks and a speedy. Oh, yep.
Yeah, he did.
Dave took a damage.
Dave is at 14. Where did we miss that damage?
They haven't attacked each other.
Neither of them have attacked. Neither of them have attacked though.
Where'd you take the 14? Where'd you take the I've been short on dice.
Oh, okay.
He keeps getting.
So Dave actually has been whittling himself down.
Yeah, because of he hasn't
not
been able to
being
draw the dice. Apparently, somehow we haven't been able to catch that there.
Wow. Mercy.
So that's 6 turns.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
That's actually a lot. That's too much. Looks like he's definitely gonna want to. Oh, he took 3 damage in 1 turn.
I got it. Yuri's has 2 sidekicks, and Hal Jordan
Definitely wants to try and I think he should re-roll that Felicity.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
The game of imprison, my friend. It is always almost like a Cold War.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's got to be 2 superhero registration acts. Hal Jordan on his 4/3 side and Felicity on his 1/1 side, which doesn't matter because you just want her ability.
You just want her to spin up. Blam. Let's see here what he can do. Let's see here. How many dice does he have imprisoned so far? He's got just the 3, right? Or does he have?
So Uri has a fair amount because I think he has at least 6 of his dice imprisoned. So he plays the Superhero Registration Act. I don't know if Dave's deciding to KO or not.
He did KO. So he's got 3. So Yuri has 3 of them imprisoned.
Oh, right.
So maybe that might be worth it just to gunk up the bag.
We've got a sidekick, a speedy, and a Martian Manhunter.
So this is.
I think it would be advantageous for Dave to just swing with at
Oh,
least getting 1
that
damage in there.
Constantine.
Another Constantine and a Felicity.
Felicity and Superhero Registration Act.
Correct. He's gonna draw
Doing
2.
the cycle,
Yeah,
and
roll.
he rolls the 2 that he just bought. Hopefully, he has enough energy. Oh, they roll.
He
all
gets
3.
only energy.
That's my life
goodness,
right there.
Right?
That Constantine has not been rolling for him.
It doesn't look like it. Hasn't rolled so far yet.
So he's going to spin up
Black Lantern anti-monitor for those who.
He also just paid 2 to buy another Constantine and chalkboarded it over.
But do they go back to the field, or do they?
Yeah, back to the field.
Yeah.
All right,
Dave's doing
Dave's
some PXG
gonna-
magic.
And it looks like he's going to take another
Oh, he
damage.
took another damage.
He just took another damage, right? Dave? Yeah, he did.
So he's down to 13. Yuri should
So he's
just
got 5.
that Black Lantern and a monitor, even if it doesn't go through. At this point, he has
At this
nothing.
point, he should just start chipping at
He
him.
has nothing to lose.
Yeah, he's gonna. At most, he frees up the imprisoned dice, but that's not really gonna matter if he's gonna get him.
Well,
low
yeah,
enough.
if they're gonna attack, he's going to get more characters back on the field too.
So Dave went ahead and finally bought that.
So Firestorms. Bought a Johnny Storm.
He may have forgotten about that generic energy too.
That's always the tough part about
It's
generic energy.
the
I always
worst.
forget to spend
I
it.
do too. I
Or
try to keep a dice with me so I can.
What happens
track
when
it.
that happens? I'll just stare. I'm like, why is this in my field? I don't understand. This is not supposed to be here.
This is a foreign die. There's no such thing as 6-sided dice in Dice Masters.
Well, there are.
4-sided dice. That's what I meant. Is 4-sided dice. Nailed it there.
Nailed it. It's all those tacos, man. It's clouded your
Yeah,
judgment. You made
right?
so amazing, way too amazing tacos,
Yeah,
and it's just
no.
everybody's like,
Everybody's like in
delicious.
this food coma days.
delicious.
Well,
Is he gonna do it?
Just it looks like a cold. Just you're right about that Cold War. Just gonna keep on keeping on with it. Is he gonna attack?
They got 5 minutes left. I mean,
He's gotta do something. He just
He
buys
just bought,
another imprison. No.
no, that's a pink one. So is
Um,
that
escape incarceration, I think, is what it is.
was that one he just bought the pink one?
What was the last die you just bought?
I believe it's escape incarceration.
Oh, villainous
Oh,
pact.
his villainous pact.
Now
Yep,
he's
that's
doing it because
that's
that
what I was saying.
he could swing in
Swings in for lethal here.
because there's
if he
no
rolls the
villain on the
action.
field right now.
Mm-mm.
Human Torch is just chilling there.
Mhm.
Might be a little too late.
Yeah, it seems. If he was able to get that torch out there quite a little bit earlier, he may have been able to stop some damage in.
Last turn. Villainous pact.
Yeah, so it was villainous pact actually, is what it was.
And I believe he was lucky enough not to take another damage this turn.
Mhm.
But yeah, 4 minutes left.
Looks like we're coming to a quick close. Unless Dave's able to act pretty quickly here.
I wonder if he's deciding if he wants to attack or not.
Yeah. I mean, would you? I mean, at this point, you figure you're not going to be able to block anything anyways next turn, or if he rolls that action.
My
'Cause he's
logic
gonna-
would be maybe at least the Black Widows.
So
He didn't
he's gonna-
attack. Yeah,
he didn't attack, but he's
just so I can start getting that Human Torch damage in.
yeah.
So two
And he pulled
superhero
the
registration acts.
He's
So
gonna roll that.
Yuri's
going
to be cycling through his bag. Dave KO's the sidekick. He still has one more left. Yuri draws another Felicity. Rolls the Felicity in a shield. Plays the next superhero registration act. Dave KO's his final sidekick on the field.
And he rolls the villainous
Pact.
pact.
Ooh.
So that's
That might be.
that could be it there. Because let's see here.
He'll probably
that's-
block the Black Lantern Aquaman. But then we got a 5, a 9, 10, 11. I can't tell what the Constantine is,
Yeah, I can't either.
but 12 at least.
That's at least
Yeah.
12 damage.
Well, it's 13 if we assume the Constantine's a 1.
Level. It's 2 damage at least because he's 2/2.
But this is the timing issue we have,
right,
is that Dave's going to get more blockers, but he can't use them because of Villainous Pact.
right. Seems like there's just a.
Villainous pact. So
I think that might be. I think that's about it there. I think the problem sounds like a problem here is a common problem that a lot of new players kind of get themselves into is when they PXG too much.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think Dave had a pretty strong going, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the imprison route was the best way. The
Right.
Johnny Swarm may have been the best way to go against
Yeah, I
them.
think
And
the Johnny
there you
Swarm
go.
There he
And
goes.
Yuri
That's the game.
wins.
So it looks like Yuri is the winner of our Extra Life double burst, the first double burst
First double burst.
podcast
So
stream.
I'm gonna go grab him. We'll
Yeah.
get an interview, and then I'll present him with the official double burst.
the official
playmat.
match there. Hey there, Steve.
Hey. Hey, what's going on?
Not much. We just got finished up that final match there, and what were you thinking about that match?
I think imprisoned is interesting.
Yeah, interesting is the word to say for sure.
I don't like.
You don't care for it. I'm not either. I'm not really too big of a fan of it either because I'm not really too big on basic action removal. You know what I mean? Because it's just something that your opponent can buy against you.
Yeah, and in my game when I played Dave, I should have bought it, but I
Just
didn't.
bought it against him.
Yeah.
That was actually the one way that he was winning in his first game on the stream earlier today was just
Yeah.
by buying the imprisoned, which is really really great. Unfortunately, it just kind of hurt him in this situation here.
Yeah. What'd you think about the different teams? The variety.
I liked. Yeah,
lot of variety.
there was a lot of variety today.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good rush. There was a lot of good mid range. Just all sorts of variety in the teams. I was a fan of Adrian's team that he was playing earlier with the Bat Family.
Oh, really?
He didn't have so much success with it on the stream because he was playing against Transfer Power. But at the same time, it was really, really nice to see that flavor. And he actually even threw in a Gobby in there, which I found interesting as well.
Yeah, he was probably doing that for the Alfred Albi.
Yeah, the sidekicks buff.
Sidekicks, yeah.
How did you do?
I went 2-2.
Nice.
But
Nice.
in my winnings, I pulled a Dead Man Super Rare.
Oh, well, right on.
So
That's the way to do
I
it.
feel pretty good about that.
You had a good day then, for sure.
Yeah.
How about those tacos?
Tacos were, hey, what can I say? they were the best tacos in Game Haven.
Oh. Yeah, we had a good day here.
It's been a really good day.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it a lot. We also, I think we're trying to get Yuri over here, but I'm not sure where he's at.
Yeah, I'll step out.
You're fine.
When he gets over, I'll step out. So
it looks like he's coming over here. But we're hoping to do this again for our November 5th event. So if you guys aren't aware of that, we're doing this again on November 5th. We'll be doing our 24-hour stream for it. Just make sure you stay tuned. Check out the Facebook, and we'll keep you updated on that for there.
yeah,
It'll be a good one. It'll be a good one.
yeah.
So let's get Yuri over here then.
All right.
Yuri, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks. You made it to the final table there. You ended up winning. How are you feeling?
Weird because I always lose within these last two games.
You always lose out there at the top lane. So your team was actually pretty interesting, cool one there. I mean, looked like a lot of big guys with Overcrush and just small rush guys. But what were your kind of ideas when you were putting this together?
Honestly, I had a couple of the characters already in from another team, and I decided to add like Black Lantern, Anti-Monitor in the last minute,
Right.
and Constantine because I was like, oh well, then I can draw a character out, naming it, and be able to field it for free.
Right.
So my point was trying to get as many of my characters out as quickly as possible, but
So you're kind of playing that rush style of getting those
this time,
characters
yeah.
out.
And I don't usually play Rush because I don't understand it too well.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of the same way. I used to play a lot of Rush, but I didn't really get a whole grasp on it. But I'm kind of starting to relatively go back to it. Your registration axe, I noticed that you use that a lot to get through your bag a lot, and it was really, really advantageous for you. Put you in a pretty good position. Actually, we actually felt like you were down for a minute because it looked kind of scary there because he was able to get his Black Widow out there and his Speedy out there as well. Kind of early game. What were your thoughts?
I didn't know what he was going to do with it, but I feared every time he rolled those dice because I knew that if he attacked and I defended, he would damage my characters. His Black Widow was going to take something out no matter what most of the time. So I tried going for my higher characters. One of my favorites is that new Hal Jordan.
Right.
Because he's only a 2 cost, but his stats are actually pretty good.
Stats are way awesome.
So buying all 3 of his dice as quickly as I could and moving them over with
the chalkboard.
the chalkboard
Yeah.
global, that was something I had to do.
What do you like about, or how I can see a lot of people play chalkboard today. Do you think it's something that like is going to change the game completely? In terms
It might, because you're now being able to purchase something, especially something big, when you have Hero Registration Ag, and moving it over into your
prep area.
prep area,
Yeah.
and being able to roll it in the next turn, you might be able to feel something that is a game changer.
Right, it can be pretty devastating. Getting that blam even turn 2 sometimes can, or even
Blam,
turn 3.
you can think of
awesome.
Thanos, the unblockable Thanos,
Right.
being able to get him within 2-3 turns. His highest stats is a 9/9. He becomes
Comes really, really hard to deal with there.
yeah.
Well, awesome, man. We appreciate you coming out and playing here.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. You are the first official double burst champion. How about that for tabletop?
Yeah, you get this map. Only 2 people outside the Double Burst family is going to own one. So
All right, look, I get a
there you go,
special
guys.
mat.
we also
And Yuri's our winner.
Stuff, but it's all about the map.
I wonder if I can make it a shirt.
All right. Well, I think that's it for us, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, and thanks for having us.
You guys have a good day.
And thanks, Game Haven, for everything.
Yeah, thank you, Game Haven, for hosting and for everything you do. Make sure you guys check out their website, yourgamehaven.com. If you do would like to check out the Dice Masters singles, you'll have to go to the Sandy store link, but it's just all right there. It's all easy to find there. So thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you.